All right, welcome everyone to this intensive bilingual masterclass. Look, if your goal is to lock down that elusive CLB 9+ score on the celpip exam, you are exactly where you need to be. Today, we're aggressively drilling 45 essential, high-scoring vocabulary terms. This explainer is built to be your ultimate lexical resource. So for every single term today, we're going to cover the exact pronunciation, I'll say it twice so you can really hear it, followed by the precise Chinese translation, the Canadian cultural context, and exactly where to map it to your celpip tasks. Let's get right to work. We literally have zero time to waste, so let's quickly check out our 3 core target domains for today's drill. We're kicking things off with relationships and communication, then moving right into crisis management, and we'll finish up with travel and recreation. Let's dive into that first domain.
Okay, get your notes ready for Section 1, Interpersonal Relationships and Communication. You know, this area is heavily tested in celpip speaking, Task 7, and writing, Task 2. Demonstrating Canadian workplace diplomacy here is an absolute must.
Let's hit our first 4 terms. Listen closely to the pronunciation here. Number 1, mutual comprehension. Mutual comprehension. 相互理解. You're going to want to drop this into writing task 2 when you're discussing workplace diversity and ensuring mutual comprehension among immigrant teams. Number 2, resolve conflicts amicably. Resolve conflicts amicably. 和平解决冲突. Now this is the absolute perfect phrase for an HR scenario in writing task 2 when you really need to sound highly professional. Number 3, empathetic listening. Empathetic listening. 共情听听. This is a fantastic collocation for speaking task 6 when you're describing the qualities of a good Canadian manager. And number 4, bridge the generation gap. Bridge the generation gap. 弥合代沟. This one is essential for speaking task 7 when you're discussing family dynamics or integrating into Canadian society.
Moving right along, let's see how this next set builds up your workplace vocabulary arsenal. Number 5, establish rapport. Establish rapport. 建立良好关系. Use this when writing about building trust in Canadian customer service roles for Task 2. Number 6, constructive feedback. Constructive feedback. 建设性反馈. Honestly, this is absolutely perfect for workplace surveys about management styles in writing Task 2. Number 7, reach a consensus. Reach a consensus. 达成共识. Guys, this is a golden phrase for describing Canadian multicultural workplace meetings where everyone's voice really matters. And number 8, social etiquette. Social etiquette. 社交礼仪. Drop this right into reading Part 4 viewpoints when you're discussing public behavior on transit systems.
Let's keep this rapid-fire drill going. Number 9, cultivate friendships. Cultivate friendships. 培养友谊. Definitely mention this in speaking task 7 when talking about integrating into a new Canadian neighborhood. Number 10, overcome language barriers. Overcome language barriers. 克服语言障碍. You know, this is a super common theme in listening sections about newcomers accessing healthcare in Canada, so keep your ears open for it. Number 11, compromise and concede. Compromise and concede. 妥协与让步. This is a crucial lexical resource for scoring high in reading Part 4 when you have to analyze opposing viewpoints. Number 12, meaningful interactions. Meaningful interactions. 有意义的互动. Use this one to describe volunteering at community events in writing Task 2. We're finishing up our first module with 3 highly sophisticated terms. Number 13, interpersonal friction. Interpersonal friction. 人际摩擦. I highly suggest using this in writing Task 1. It's a much more professional way to describe resolving office disputes rather than just saying arguments. Number 14, foster a sense of belonging. Foster a sense of belonging. 培养归属感. Now this connects deeply to Canadian immigration and community integration topics, especially over in speaking task 7. Number 15, articulate one's thoughts. Articulate one's thoughts. 表达思想. You'll want to use this when describing effective communication skills during Canadian town hall meetings in those speaking prompts. All right, take a quick breath. We are pivoting to Section 2, Crisis Management and Complaints. Seriously, consider this your ultimate survival guide for celpip writing Task 1, where you're frequently required to write a formal complaint or a response. Let's look at a core structural strategy for your letters. Number 16, express dissatisfaction. Express dissatisfaction. 表达不满. And on the other side, number 17, rectify the situation. Rectify the situation. 纠正局面 or 补救. Here's the secret. A high-scoring CLB 9 complaint email always starts by clearly expressing dissatisfaction in the opening and strategically ends by demanding the manager rectify the situation in the conclusion. It's a perfect bookend structure. Let's drill into some specific crises. Number 18, unforeseen complications. Unforeseen complications. 意料之外的复杂情况. This is great for speaking task 4 when you're, say, explaining to a receptionist why you missed a medical appointment. Number 19, appalling service. Appalling service. 恶劣的服务. I always advise candidates to use this exact phrase for dramatic effect when addressing consumer rights in a Canadian context. It really packs a punch. Number 20, demand a full refund. Demand a full refund. 要求全额退款. Simply the perfect call to action to close out your writing task 1 email.
Continuing right along with our crisis terms. Number 21, prompt resolution. Prompt resolution. 迅速解决. Use this to firmly close out an urgent email to a landlord. Number 22, mishandling of the issue. Mishandling of the issue. 处理失当. Absolutely essential for pointing out customer service failures in task 1. Number 23, compensation for the inconvenience. Compensation for the inconvenience. 对不便的补偿. This is crucial for negotiating a settlement. So the real pro strategy here is to pair these together. Tell the manager about the mishandling of the issue and then immediately request compensation for the inconvenience to lock in those lexical resource points.
These next 4 are highly formal, really authoritative terms. Number 24, breach of contract. Breach of contract. 违约. You've got to recognize this in reading Part 3 texts about legal disputes. Number 25, mitigate the damage. Mitigate the damage. 解决损失. Use this in Task 1 when you're proactively suggesting solutions to a property manager. Number 26, escalate the matter. Escalate the matter. 问题升级. This one is absolutely perfect for describing disputes with Canadian service providers. Think telecom companies or the CRA. Number 27, hold someone accountable. Hold someone accountable. 追究某人的责任. Use this to sound incredibly commanding and professional in your Task 1 letters.
Wrapping up our complaints section now. Number 28, apologize profusely. Apologize profusely. 诚恳道歉. If the prompt flips the script and asks you to respond to a customer's complaint, use this. Number 29, unacceptable delay. Unacceptable delay. 不可接受的延误. Perfect for complaining about Canadian public transit or maybe shipping issues in Task 1. Number 30, fall short of expectations. Fall short of expectations. 未达到预期. Remember, candidates, this is a highly sophisticated way to avoid simply writing, the service was bad. Always aim for this level of vocabulary. Excellent work so far, guys. We are officially moving into our third and final module, travel, tourism, and recreation. Now, this domain pops up all the time in Speaking Task 1 when you have to give a friend advice about visiting Canada or planning a trip. This next pairing brilliantly illustrates how to give really native-sounding advice. Number 31, tourist trap. Tourist trap. 旅游陷阱 or 宰客的地方. Number 32, off the beaten path. Off the beaten path. 非主流路线. When you're tackling Speaking Task 1, strongly suggest your imaginary friend avoid a costly tourist trap and instead explore somewhere off the beaten path, like maybe a secluded hiking trail in Banff National Park. It shows massive vocabulary range. Let's keep building out that travel toolkit. Number 33, itinerary planning. Itinerary planning. 行程规划. Use this in Speaking Task 1 when you're helping a friend organize a cross-country via rail trip. Number 34, cultural immersion. Cultural immersion. 文化沉浸. This term scores major points when discussing Canadian multicultural festivals in your speaking tasks. Number 35, recreational facilities. Recreational facilities, 娱乐设施. Great for those reading Part 3 texts about city developments and local parks. Number 36, peak season. Peak season, 旺季. Just essential for discussing hotel bookings or flights. Next 4 terms coming right up. Number 37, hospitality industry. Hospitality industry, 服务行业 or 酒店业. This one is heavily tested in reading Part 4 articles about the economy. Number 38, picturesque landscape. Picturesque landscape, 如画的风景. Just a fantastic phrase for Speaking Task 8 when you're describing an image of nature. Number 39, unwind and recharge. Unwind and recharge, 放松并恢复活力. Super useful for discussing the benefits of taking a vacation. Number 40, ecotourism. Ecotourism, 生态旅游. Really great for any environmental topics. Oh, and a quick tip. You can connect picturesque landscape and unwind and recharge directly to describing a weekend cottage trip, which is a massive part of Canadian recreation culture.
All right, we are powering through to the final 5 vocabulary words of the entire masterclass. Stay focused with me here. Number 41, travel logistics. Travel logistics. 旅游物流 or 交通安排. Essential for speaking task 5 when comparing different travel packages. Number 42, broaden one's horizons. Broaden one's horizons. 开阔眼界. An amazing, evocative phrase for explaining why people should travel in the first place. Number 43, jet lag. Jet lag. 时差反应. Mention this in task 1 as a highly practical reason to schedule a rest day after a long flight. Number 44, local cuisine. Local cuisine. 当地美食. You can anchor this to distinct Canadian foods like poutine or maple syrup in your speaking prompts. And finally, number 45, historical landmarks. Historical landmarks. 历史地标. Use this when advising friends on what to see in older cities like Quebec City or Ottawa.
And just like that, we made it through all 45. Incredible job. Now, the crucial question for you is, out of everything we covered, which of these 45 terms will elevate your celpip score to a CLB 9 today? I'm challenging you right now, literally as soon as this explainer ends, to select the 5 weakest terms from today's list, the ones you weren't completely sure about. Write out practice sentences using the Canadian contexts we just discussed. Active practice is exactly how you guarantee that CLB 9+. Get to work on those structures, and I'll see you in the next explainer.